Just when we thought Lewis Hamilton's shock move to Ferrari for 2025 was the final chapter in a blockbuster saga, the scriptwriters of Formula One might be adding yet another jaw-dropping twist. The iconic voice that helped craft Hamilton's 7 world titles. The steady, strategic cadence of Peter Bonnington, better known to fans and paddock insiders alike as Bono, switching allegiances to Ferrari. Yes, you heard that right. The very same Bono who has been Hamilton's trusted race engineer. The voice behind every "It's Hammer Time" could soon be calling the shots from inside the Scuderia garage. It sounds surreal. A man who's practically woven into Mercedes' DNA, now being offered the chance to lead from Ferrari's inner sanctum once again. And yet, here we are. What once seemed like pure fantasy is now dangerously close to becoming a reality. Peter Bonnington is no ordinary engineer. His voice is etched into the soundtrack of Hamilton's most iconic moments. Through every tense overtake, tyre-saving stint, and last-lap championship decider, he's been more than a race engineer. He's been Hamilton's compass in the chaos of Formula One. When Ferrari first approached him in 2024, it looked like a fantasy move. Bono had just accepted a major promotion at Mercedes, taking on a broader mentorship role aimed at guiding Kimi Antonelli and shaping the future of the Silver Arrows. He was embedded deep within Mercedes' post-Hamilton plans. Toto Wolff had entrusted him with strategic responsibilities far beyond the pit wall. So, when he declined Ferrari's initial offer, it made perfect sense. His loyalty to Mercedes was ironclad. But now, with Ferrari's 2026 project escalating and Hamilton's influence growing, Bono finds himself at the center of a tug-of-war that might rewrite the closing chapters of his legendary career. Ferrari's 2025 campaign was supposed to be the dawn of a new era, a fresh philosophy, a legendary name in red, and a declaration to the world. They were ready to win again. They didn't just sign Lewis Hamilton, they welcomed him, almost like royalty. From tweaking the garage layout to reconfiguring internal roles, Ferrari made it clear this wasn't just about acquiring a world champion. It was about transformation, or at least that was the narrative. But 3 races in, and déjà vu has settled like a fog over Maranello. The sheen of optimism has begun to fade, and the same gremlins that have haunted Ferrari for years are peeking out from under the scarlet surface. Communication misfires, pit stops that look choreographed by confusion, strategy calls that leave even casual fans scratching their heads. The SF25 might still be a weapon on Saturdays, but come Sunday, Ferrari is once again tripping over its own feet. And then came China. Ferrari's double disqualification at the Chinese Grand Prix felt like an arrow straight to the heart, not just for the team, but for a fan base that has grown weary of watching its beloved Scuderia find new ways to sabotage itself. This wasn't a minor setback. This was the most successful team in Formula One history, paired with the most successful driver of all time, suffering a blow so avoidable, so self-inflicted, it screamed of desperation. Technical infringements, oversight, or administrative failure, whatever the root cause, it painted a picture of a team still struggling to get its house in order. According to a recent report leaked by a prominent Italian newspaper, Lewis Hamilton's influence inside Ferrari is proving to be far deeper than initially imagined. While headlines focused on his speed, insiders now reveal he's brought something arguably more valuable to Maranello: structure. Sources claim that since the very first debrief of 2025, Hamilton's presence has shifted the atmosphere. There's a new tone, sharper, more deliberate. Accountability, once vague and diffused within Ferrari's setup, is reportedly becoming far more focused. And Hamilton isn't adapting to Ferrari's way of doing things, he's reshaping it. The leaked report quotes team insiders suggesting Hamilton frequently references his Mercedes years during internal discussions. One remark in particular has raised eyebrows. "This is how we did it at Brackley, and it worked." It's not arrogance, the paper insists, it's clarity. A veteran driver laying down markers not for ego, but for improvement. But perhaps the most telling revelation concerns Peter Bonnington. The man known as Bono, Hamilton's trusted race engineer and voice of calm during 7 world titles, remains at Mercedes. However, whispers within Ferrari suggest Hamilton has made it clear, success requires familiarity, not just fast cars, and that means people. What's remarkable is that Ferrari, a team notorious for asking drivers to fit into their culture, seems to be doing the unthinkable, shifting their structure to accommodate the driver. For the first time in decades, it's Ferrari adapting to someone, not the other way around. And Hamilton is navigating that space like he does a drying racetrack, measured, composed, and always one step ahead. But that transformation isn't instantaneous. Changing habits at Ferrari is like steering an oil tanker. It takes time, conviction, and a willingness to break with tradition. Riccardo Adami, meanwhile, finds himself himself in one of the most unenviable positions on the grid. A loyal Ferrari man, Adami worked alongside Sebastian Vettel, and Carlos Sainz has decades of experience under his belt. He's calm, competent, and respected inside the team. But F1 isn't just about credentials, it's about connection, and right now the connection between him and Hamilton isn't firing on all cylinders. Misfires in communication, delays in decision-making, and inconsistent setup direction have highlighted a disconnect. While not catastrophic, it's enough to spark serious questions. Some within Ferrari's walls are wondering whether Adami's best future lies elsewhere, perhaps alongside Leclerc or back in a factory-focused role. Now this where it gets interesting. Ferrari's second approach to Peter Bonnington hasn't just been a polite knock on the door, it's been a full-throttle charm offensive. This time they aren't just hoping he picks up the phone, they're practically handing him the keys to the technical command center. Insiders suggest the offer on the table is as bold as it is unprecedented. Not just a handsome paycheck, but real influence. A say in the 2026 car concept, a leadership role that stretches beyond the garage, and a new title designed to reflect that shift in power, lead performance engineer. Ferrari doesn't just want Bono's voice crackling over the team radio on race day, they want his fingerprints on the foundation of their future. For a team that has long been haunted by reactive strategies and internal disarray, Bono represents a much-needed North Star, someone who can inject calm into chaos, someone who understands not just what it takes to win, but how to build a team that expects to win. It's no secret that Lewis Hamilton's relationship with Bono has been one of the most iconic and effective partnerships in Formula One history, but Ferrari's pursuit of Bonnington isn't just about rekindling radio magic, it's about importing a culture, a mentality, and Ferrari knows the clock is ticking. With sweeping regulation changes looming in 2026, they can't afford another transitional year marred by instability. They need structure, they need belief, and above all, they need someone who knows what winning feels like, down to the smallest detail. Bono fits that bill like no one else in the paddock. If Bono were to leave Mercedes, it would send shockwaves through Brackley. He's not just another team member, he's part of the soul of the Silver Arrows. His presence has been vital to Hamilton's legacy and is seen as key to guiding Antonelli through his F1 infancy. Toto Wolff reportedly views Bono as a pillar in Mercedes' next chapter and has countered Ferrari's approach with a compelling offer of his own: greater strategic influence, a wider role across both race and development engineering, and continued mentorship of the team's brightest prospects. Losing Bono now wouldn't just be a loss, it would be a seismic blow to the team's morale and identity. And yet, all of this hangs in the balance. Because what if Bono says no again? What if he chooses loyalty over legacy, familiarity over fortune? Ferrari would then be forced into a rapid plan B. They could promote internally, perhaps grooming a rising star from their simulation department under Lewis's guidance. Or they might go bold, poaching a top-tier engineer from a rival, triggering a domino effect across the paddock. Either way, if 2026 begins without Bono and the same problems persist, questions will rain down on Ferrari like never before. So here's the real question. If Peter Bonnington turns Ferrari down once more, can the Scuderia still build a championship-winning environment for Lewis Hamilton? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, goodbye for now.